In 1905, when Chester Beach gave the world the first high-speed fractional horsepower universal motor, he opened the door to modern household convenience through the scores of electric appliances that American housewives are using today. In over 50 years of quality production, which started with the world's finest fountain equipment, Hamilton Beach has produced over 45 million motors. Motors to give controlled power to an ever-expanding line of appliances, serving the demand for economy, convenience, and reliability. In a highly competitive field, Hamilton Beach has made remarkable progress because of the uniform high quality of all their products, their attention to functional design and convenience details, and their dedication to making products that endure. Each appliance in the Hamilton Beach line carries a 5-year guarantee, proof to back up confidence in consistent craftsmanship. Each motor, the heart of the appliance it will power, is meticulously made and carefully checked through run-in operation. Precise gauges control the dimensional accuracy of every Hamilton Beach product. Regardless of how large a quantity is made, each unit that reaches the consumer conforms exactly to original standards. Research and new product development at Hamilton Beach is focused on the years ahead, anticipating an increasing share of the expanding small appliance business. Blenders, for example, now represent a great unsaturated market, a market in which Hamilton Beach is already a leader with their Model 6B liquid blender and their recently developed Model 7B, with great improvements in styling, economy, and saleable features. And now from Hamilton Beach Research comes the unique new Deluxe liquid blender. With a larger, more powerful motor, 7-speed texture guide control, and a container with greater capacity. To introduce this new blender to the housewives of America, and to dramatize the economy and convenience of food preparation with a blender, Hamilton Beach has produced an exciting motion picture film for showings to women's groups, home economics classes, and on television, so that millions of homemakers and future homemakers will have an opportunity to understand and appreciate the values of purchasing a blender. Here is a preview of the film.
The 2-speed liquid blender and the new, more powerful Deluxe blender with variable speed texture control are stars of kitchen convenience. From taking the nuisance and clutter out of chopping, grating, pulverizing, and grinding, to liquefying or pureeing fruits, vegetables, and other solid foods. Not only does a blender make meal preparation and entertaining less work and more fun, it offers the economy of bypassing the high prices being paid for processed and prepared foods. You can freshly grind coffee each day. Make nut butter, pure and fresh, avoiding the sacrifice in flavor and texture that is part of the extra price in commercial processing for shelf storage. The blender will do things that no other appliance can do. As Irma Rombauer said in her famous book, The Joy of Cooking, a blender will do everything but put out the cat. Yet, like any well-designed special-purpose tool, a blender does have some limitations. Though it won't whip egg whites, it will beat eggs enough for a custard. Though it won't grind meat or chop raw meat, it will chop small quantities of cubed cooked meats for baby foods or sandwich spreads. Though it won't mash potatoes, it will puree them for a soup. Though it won't crush quantities of ice, 1 ice cube can be added at a time to at least 2 cups of liquid, as in this tomato aspic, where adding ice speeds up the gelling time. A well-designed blender provides easy access to the cutting blades for cleaning, another way to take the fuss and muss out of food preparation. A dramatic example of how a blender can save money is in baby feeding. Prepared baby carrots that cost 11 cents can be matched in quantity by 8 cents worth of canned carrots or 4 cents worth of fresh carrots. Leading pediatricians say the cost of prepared baby foods from formula to table food averages $600 to $800 for each child. The use of a blender can save as much as half this cost. As an added convenience, this blender's cutting unit is threaded to fit any standard canning jar, so foods may be processed and stored in the same jar. Blending foods the family eats helps develop the baby's taste toward regular food flavors. And by controlling blending time, he can be phased into heavier textures, the textures that, as we grow older, are so important to our appreciation of good cooking. Texture is controlled by motor speed, time of blending, and the load or quantity in the container. Low speeds and short blending times are for chopped and grated textures, such as this cranberry relish. Medium speeds are for mincing, grinding, and pureeing, split pea soup, for example. High speeds are for liquefying or pulverizing. You can even give confectioner's texture to ordinary sugar. With a fine, contemporary blender, the variety of food preparation is limited only by the imagination and virtuosity of the user. Easy to use, economical, versatile. The proud housewife who possesses a blender can enjoy the quick convenience of food preparation in the home, with the prestige of being a kitchen magician at creative food preparation. Fresh, crisp, textury salads can be quickly prepared with a blender. Though vegetables contain a lot of moisture, they are solids, so they're cut into pieces small enough to feed into the blender blades. Onions can be chopped or grated in a blender without tears. Filling the container with water makes it easy for the solids to feed through the blades quickly. At high speed, as soon as the blender grabs the vegetables, it is turned off. Crisp, fresh slaw, prepared in less than a minute, can be used in gelatin molds or mixed with mayonnaise. A rich, creamy mayonnaise, also made with the blender. Perhaps it would be interesting to unmake this mayonnaise, going backwards from finish to start for another point of view on how simply it was prepared. The last thing you do is slowly pour in the remaining salad oil while the blender is running at high speed. Low speed was used while pouring in enough salad oil to cover the blades. This was preceded by the blender being turned on. After vinegar, it could be lemon juice, was added to the dry ingredients: salt, mustard, paprika. It started with an egg. This was, or will be, a full-bodied mayonnaise, prepared in about 3 minutes. A unique feature of this blender is that since the container and fruit jars are interchangeable, their neck openings line up perfectly. Also, many foods can be made and stored in the same jar. French dressing, for instance. This French dressing does not separate or need shaking. Sandwich spreads are a wonderful way to disguise leftovers like baked ham. This could also be beef, fish, pork, or chicken. When blending directly in the jar, the liquefied ingredients are added last, so they will help feed the solids into the cutting blades. A little olive brine with the olives also helps the blending action. It takes only a few seconds for a chopped texture. For finer textures, the blender can be run a little longer, as we will show with this cheese dip. Again, liquid is next to the blade, so solids will flow. Cottage cheese has fewer calories than cream cheese. Either works. Incidentally, blending can also save dried out cheese, just by feeding it into the blender for processing. A rubber spatula can speed up blending by working the solids into the path of the blade. Only a rubber spatula should be used. Pressing against the inside of the container avoids contact with the blade. The cutting unit of this blender is removable, so the contents can be pushed out of the container through the bottom, easily and with a minimum of waste. There are as many recipes for potato pancakes as there are people who like them. The blender way is as fast as getting the ingredients into the container, including diced raw potatoes, plus about 10 seconds of blending, the time it takes for the materials to go through the blades once. This quick preparation offers the advantage of blending the batter just before cooking to avoid discoloration of the potatoes, so the pancakes are consistently golden brown with a good grated texture. Potato pancakes are usually served with applesauce. The only work to making fresh applesauce is dicing the apples. Apples need not be peeled, but seeds and stems are removed for appearance. A little lemon or pineapple juice has already been poured in the container for liquid and to keep the apples from discoloring. Cinnamon candies can be added a moment before the blender is turned off to add color and texture. Just a few minutes for an applesauce that retains all of the flavor and nutrition of the fresh fruit. The success of Eggs Benedict, renowned as a gourmet dish, hangs on its hollandaise sauce. Any connoisseur would agree that starting the hollandaise sauce after the eggs are started calls for the confidence and aplomb of a master chef. No problem with a blender. Egg yolks, lemon juice, salt, mustard, and white pepper. Any favorite recipe as to quantities. While blending at low speed, melted butter is added slowly and steadily until the blades are covered. Then it is switched to high speed while the rest of the butter is added. This foolproof hollandaise sauce is as delicious as the most difficult traditional procedure, yet simple to make with no risk of failure. And to even further enhance one's reputation as a gourmet chef, try truffles, chopped only 1 second on the blender. There is no better or faster way to make whipped and chiffon gelatin desserts than with a blender. We start by dissolving the gelatin in lemon juice and hot maraschino cherry juice, which is already in the container. This takes only a few seconds at low speed. Then pineapple is added, and sugar, maraschino cherries, whipping cream, and crushed ice. Blending continues at high speed until the ice is dissolved. After being allowed to set for a minute, it's ready to serve right from the blender container. a delicious, quick dessert. But here's a quicker one, sugar, baker's chocolate, vanilla, salt, hot milk. Though not this quick, it's fast enough when seen at normal camera speed. Any amount can be made depending on quantities and the size of the jar. A velvety, hot chocolate sauce made with pure baker's chocolate. The chocolate is liquefied by the blender. With its tremendous versatility, a blender can be a veritable kitchen cornucopia, pouring forth an endless variety of food, textures, and flavors. Today, millions of American housewives are learning to depend on their blenders for economy, convenience, and gourmet quality in food preparation. With Hamilton Beach, you can put your finger on the big difference. Extra speed, controlled speed with texture guide control. Extra power with a 520-watt heavy-duty motor. Extra capacity, a usable capacity of 5 cups or 40 ounces. Extra convenience with many well-thought-out features to make food preparation pleasantly simple. Extra efficiency. Each steel cutting blade drives in a separate plane to produce over 72,000 cuts per minute. Extra storage. The cord tucks out of sight when not in use. Extra appeal with a new design that is attractive, contemporary, and functional. Extra quality. Only Hamilton Beach makes blenders with a 5-year guarantee as proof of lasting quality.
If you love to look at recipes, but never have time to try them, here's the perfect answer. The Hamilton Beach Cookbook Blender. It whips, purees, grates, chops, mixes, blends, liquefies.
Why, it's 7 appliances in one.
Sure, it takes the work and time out of food preparation. Look, pancakes for breakfast, quick and easy. Soup for lunch. Sandwich spreads. Or a tasty meatloaf. Fancy desserts, or soda fountain treats. Everything from soup to nuts. Have fun with those recipes you've been wanting to try with the new Hamilton Beach Cookbook Blender. Free this $7.95 value cookbook, The Blender Way to Better Cooking. Free now with the Hamilton Beach Cookbook Blender.